Hello and welcome to episode 220 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'll be continuing a 3-part video for Namco Classic Collection Vol.2. This is a game from my past. Namco Classic Collection Vol.2 was released in 1996 by Namco. My first time playing this game was at Funway Entertainment Center in Batavia, Illinois. A quick once-over. Namco Classic Collection Vol.2 is a multi-game cabinet in which you control your car or character with a 4-way joystick and 1 button, with each game using the button differently. This cabinet offers 7 different games in all. The games included are Pac-Man, Rally X, New Rally X, and Dig Dug. Also included what are called the arrangement versions of Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and Rally X. The arrangement versions of the games are a complete re-release of the original, offering many new things including a 2-player simultaneous mode. Due to the many changes of the arrangement versions, I will only be covering one of the games per video. For this video, I will be covering Rally X Arrangement. Rally X Arrangement is a racing labyrinthine game in which you control a blue race car with a 4-way joystick and the button is used for the smoke screen. You need to maneuver your car through a series of streets and other obstacles to capture 10 flags. This game plays like the original New Rally X with the following differences. Unlike other arrangement games, Rally X is a 1-player only game due to the scrolling of the playfield. Due to this change in gameplay, anytime you lose a life, gameplay will stop and all cars will reset to their beginning positions. Due to this game being played on a vertical monitor as opposed to the original horizontal monitor, all scoring and other information has been moved from the side to the bottom of the screen. This section will show your score at the top left, and to the immediate right will be the high score. Below this score will be your fuel gauge. Below the fuel gauge will be a black bar. I will cover the black bar later in the video. Below the bar will be your remaining stock of cars, and to the right will be the round number. Below the high score will be a box marked next item. I will also cover this later in the video. To the right of all these items will be a blue box, which is your radar screen. Gameplay will begin with an updated version of the starting song. Your car will then appear at the bottom of the playfield with the red enemy card just behind it. The first maze will look like an updated version of the original maze, including houses, trees, and a statue of Pac-Man. Your car will be represented by a flashing white dot on the radar, and the enemy cars will be represented by a red dot. The flags will be represented by yellow dots. Something new for this game will be the blue flags. These flags are represented on the radar by a green dot. Collecting this flag will award you a bonus item. I'll cover the blue flag bonus items as they come up during the game. The S and the L flags have also returned. Like the original New Rally X, the S flag is represented by a blinking yellow dot on the radar. Collecting this flag will double the scores for that and all future flags during the round, although it will reset if you lose a life. The L flags have also returned, although they are not marked on the radar. Collecting this flag will award you points for all remaining fuel in your tank, although you won't earn this bonus if you collect this flag last. Once your car begins moving, it will flash for about 1 3/4 of a second, indicating you are invulnerable. About 2.5 seconds after you start moving, the enemy red car will begin chasing you down. Contacting any red car will cost you a life. Just like the original game, you have a limited amount of fuel. You will burn fuel at the rate of 1/10 of a tank about every 10 seconds. You also have a defense against the enemy cars. Pressing the button will emit a smoke screen that will stop cars in the tracks for several seconds. You need to use the smoke screen sparingly because using it will cause you to burn fuel about 10 times faster than normal. In addition to the red cars, there will be rocks that block several of the roads. You need to avoid these rocks because contacting one will cost you a life. In addition to the rocks, there will be oil slicks on some of the roads. Although these aren't deadly to your car, driving over one will cause your car to spin out of control. While you are spinning, you will not have control of your car, so if an enemy car is close, it will hit you, costing you a life. The enemy cars are also affected by the oil slicks. Another new item for this game are bridges. These bridges will go over the road below, allowing you to either pass over or under an enemy car safely. The blue flags, as I mentioned earlier, will be larger than the others. Collecting this flag will award a power-up. The power-up you will collect will be displayed in the box below the high score, which is marked next item. Unlike the L and S flags, once you collect a blue flag, it will replace one of the other remaining flags, allowing you to collect even more power-ups. It is possible for the blue flag to occupy the spot of an L or an S flag. When this happens, you will be awarded both items. Every time you collect a flag, the next bonus item will change. The first item is called Runaway. Collecting this power-up will cause all red cars to run away from your car for several seconds. Even though they are in retreat, contacting one will cost you a life. The next item is Fuel. Collecting this power-up will add fuel to your tank. The amount of fuel added will be about 10% of your tank size. The next item is Crush. Collecting this item will crush all the rocks, allowing you to pass over them safely. The next power-up is Speed Up. Collecting this power-up increases your speed for several seconds, making it easier to outrun the enemies. The next power-up is Slow. Collecting this item will cause the red cars to slow down for several seconds, although they will still chase you and be deadly if they hit you. The next power-up is Bonus. Collecting this item will award 7,650 points no matter what the flag would normally award. The next power-up will be Bomber. Collecting this power-up will give you a way to attack the enemy cars. Pressing the button will allow you to drop a bomb on the track. If an enemy car hits one of these bombs, they will be destroyed and they will regenerate somewhere else on the playfield. You can safely pass over these bombs, and if an enemy doesn't contact one, it will explode after about 3.5 seconds. You will have 5 bombs in all. The next power-up is Extend. When this power-up is shown, one of the 6 letters will be shown larger than the others. Collecting this power-up will award you this letter, and spelling Extend will award you an extra life. Other power-ups will only appear later in the game, and I will cover them as they come up. Once you collect all 10 flags, you'll receive bonus points for your remaining fuel, and you will advance to the next level. Stage 2 will add a second enemy car, although it will start at the top of the playfield as opposed to the bottom. Stage 2 will also add a new power-up, which is Attack. Collecting this power-up will cause your car to have flames emitting from it. When the flames are present, you can turn the tables on the enemy cars by crashing into them, destroying them, although they will regenerate somewhere else on the playfield. You also have the ability to crush the rocks while this power-up is active. You will have this power-up for about 4 3/4 of a second. Clearing this round will bring you to the challenging stage. Unlike the original game, this round is timed. You need to drive through a maze in order to reach your goal. You will have 30 seconds to complete this maze. The wall edges are made of the same rocks that block the roads in the regular levels. Contacting a rock will not cost you a life, but you will lose 10% of your fuel tank's capacity. You will receive a fuel bonus for all remaining fuel in your car after crossing the goal line. In addition to the fuel bonus, you will also receive 5,000 points. There will also be 10 flags throughout the maze and are scored the same as the regular round. It is not necessary to collect all the flags to be successful. If you fail to reach the goal in the allotted time, the round will end, although you will not lose a life. Round 4 will take place in a cityscape, although there is something new. Once your car drives up about 1/5 of the playfield, you will enter a desert area. Other than a couple of oases, you can drive your car anywhere. This desert area will still have rocks that need to be avoided. This round will have 3 enemy cars as opposed to 2. 2 cars will begin at the bottom and 1 will start near the top. Something new for this round is a touring car. This car will be slightly faster than the regular formula car. Even though both cars begin at the same speed, the touring car will increase speed until it changes direction. Round 5 will begin with your car in the desert in the upper right side of the playfield. There will be the same types of cars as round 4. 1 enemy car will begin in the upper right side, 1 will be on the mid left side, and the 3rd will be near the bottom right. Round 6 will have 4 enemy cars, although 2 of them are new. The first new car is the Drag Racer. This car doesn't show up on the radar screen, so it can sneak up on you without you knowing it. Second new car is a Neo Formula car. This car will be the widest of them all. This car will be able to emit a smoke screen just like your car. This smoke screen will last about 2 seconds. You need to avoid the smoke screen because contacting it will stall out your car until the smoke disappears. While trapped in the smoke, the enemy cars will be able to crash into you, costing you a life. This round will also add a new power-up. This power-up is called Radar. Collecting this power-up will strengthen your radar, allowing you to see the drag racer on the radar. This power-up will last until you either clear the round or crash your car. The next stage will be another challenging stage. This stage will have the same rock walls, although there will be a different layout. You'll begin at the top of the playfield, make your way down to the bottom, and back to the top again. If the time runs out, you'll receive no bonus, although either way you will advance to the next round without losing a life. Rounds 8 through 10 will bring you to a new style maze. This Egyptian-style maze will be divided into 5 areas. There will be 1 section in the center of the playfield, and 1 will be in each corner. These sections are completely walled off from each other. This layout offers something new. Since the areas are sectioned off from each other, each section will have a red transport circle. Driving over these circles will automatically transport you across the wall into the nearest section. Once you transport, you will appear from a blue circle in the new section. Once you appear in the blue circle, you will be invulnerable for about 1 second, allowing you to arrive safely even if you land on an enemy car. Driving over the blue circles will do nothing to your car. The 4 outer sections will have 2 red circles each. There will be 1 near the center section and 1 near the corner section. Driving over the one near the center will transport you to the center section, and driving over the other will transport you to the next corner counterclockwise. The center section will have 4 red transport circles, one near each corner section. Driving over these red sections will transport you to the nearest corner. Stage 8 will have 1 enemy formula car in each section for a total of 5 in all. The enemy cars will not be able to transport by driving over the red circles. Stage 9 will have 3 enemy formula cars, 1 touring car, and 1 drag car. Stage 10 will have 2 formula, 1 touring, 1 drag, and 1 neo formula car throughout the maze. Stage 11 will be the final challenging stage. This stage will have rock walls just like the previous challenging stages, although now you'll begin at the bottom right of the playfield and you will need to make your way upward and back down. Stages 12 through 14 will begin in a cityscape similar to the second maze with the top half unpaved, although instead of an open desert, you'll race on dirt and it will be in a maze form as opposed to completely open. Stage 12 will have 3 formula cars, 1 touring car, 1 drag car, and 1 neo formula car for a total of 6 enemy cars. You will begin at the bottom with 3 enemy cars, and there will be 1 enemy car in the upper left and right hand corners. And 1 starting position is unknown since it is the neo formula car. For stage 13, you'll begin at the left center of the playfield with 3 enemy cars behind you. There will also be 1 enemy car near the bottom left corner, 1 near the upper right corner, and 1 unknown since it is the neo formula car. For stage 14, you'll begin near the right center with 1 enemy car on each side of you. There will be 1 near the bottom right corner and 3 near the right center. Just like the previous 2 rounds, there will be 1 neo formula car that will start in an unknown position. Round 15 will be the final round, and you will get the message, pick up all the flags, then get to the finish. This round will take place in a city. It will have 4 formula cars, 1 touring car, 1 drag car, and 1 neo formula car for a total of 7 enemy cars. You begin at the bottom center of the maze with 3 enemy cars behind you. There will be 2 enemy cars near the top left corner, 1 near the top right corner, and the starting position of the neo formula car will be unknown. Unlike the challenging stages, you need to collect all the flags for the goal to appear. Once you collect the 10th flag, you will get the message, "Go to the goal." Driving past the goal will cause the spectators to cheer, then the screen will fade to white, then you'll get the results screen awarding you 100,000 points per car remaining in your stock. You'll also earn a 1,000 points CP bonus for every time you collect the S flag first without dying. You'll then see the number of times you used the smoke screen and your total playtime. You will not receive bonus points for the final 2 items displayed. After this screen, you'll then get the end credit screen. Scoring for the game is as follows. You earn 40 points for each unit of fuel remaining in your tank when you collect the L flag as well as finishing the stage. You earn 100 points for collecting the first flag, then this score will increase 100 points for each additional flag in succession up to 1,000 points. This score will reset after losing a life or advancing to a new round. I really enjoyed playing this game, although I found it to be quite the quarter eater, but I highly recommend playing it whether you can find it in an arcade setting or on an emulator. I like this game more than Zookeeper, but not as much as Buster Brothers, so Rally X Arranged drives its way into the 30th position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos on the first and third Sunday of the month.